Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It might have been a long time since I've uploaded, but it's for a good reason. I've learned much more Blender, so I decided I'm going to recreate my previous series that I made about a year ago. So I hope you can hang along and learn how to make a better plane. So first we're gonna search for 737, as we will be making the 737. Here is 737-800, which is what we want, so we can just scroll down to find the line drawing one, and then save this as an image. Alright, after you have saved the previous drawing, I'd recommend searching up 737-800 blueprint, as we need some good like top view pictures and front pictures. So we're gonna be looking for something like, yeah, this one will work. I have already saved this previously, but you just need to save the image. Yeah. Okay, so now first go to side view, do Shift A, and then hover over image, and then do reference, and then find one of the blueprints that you just downloaded, and then select it and then put it in. You can adjust it, just do it roughly, as this will not be the final position of it. And now if we go front view, we can do the same. Add a reference. Yep, here. Okay. Now put it in, size it up a little bit. Just try to get it like roughly to size up, like to get as close as I want. You can change the opacity of them by doing it on the side in the properties. Just change it to like 0.6 or something. It's really up to you, your personal preference. Okay, now yeah, we can start making the fuselage. We'll just use this as the base, and then we can just base off the front like later. So spawn in a outer cylinder, shade auto smooth, and then rotate it 90 degrees. Then you just want to, yeah, just size it out to match the cylinder with the fuselage on the blueprints, and then go into edit mode. Select those front vertices, and then move them towards the front. Then you want to extrude, scale down, extrude, scale down, and just repeat until you get the preferred shape of the aircraft that you're doing. For me, I'm doing the 737-800. You can follow along and do the same. But yeah, I'd recommend just doing the same as me if you're starting out, as it will be easier. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, you can add loop cuts by doing Control and R. It basically just adds another line of vertices, which you can just change the shape of. Now I'm relatively done, but I just want to bevel this to make it a little bit smoother. You can do that by doing Control and then B, or Command B for people who are using Mac. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna adjust this shape a little bit more. Yep, okay. Now we should be able to start like fixing these references, so we can get the right shape. Try to match it up till it's right. It should just be easier for me to do it like this. Match this up. Okay. Yep. Seems pretty much matched up. Rotate and then Z, 90. Rotate Z and 90. Okay. And that, we can duplicate this by doing Shift D and going from top view, rotate, and then on the x-axis 90. Yeah, we can rotate it on the z-axis just 90, line it up, and yeah, seems to be pretty good. These are pretty low quality blueprints, but it should be fine. Yeah, so now that we have the blueprint set up, we can go from the top view now and then start scaling it from there. So what I like to do when you're doing the top view, do scale and then do X to scale it on the x-axis, so it's only changing the width instead of the height. Fuselage. I could do that by doing the same thing that we did for the nose portion, just by extruding it, scaling it, and doing like that, etc. We can just leave the APU just like this because we can do the complex shape later. Don't need it to do it right now because it would just be a pain. Yeah, so now we're doing the top view and then scaling it using X, so it just scales the width. Now I just found out that this thing is inaccurate, but we can just scale it down a bit. Now we can just fix the size a little bit more.
One step is all it takes to get us moving anywhere. And now that we are on our way, I need to say, what used to keep us back were just excuses made to not change. You say, I promise to be there in every single way. We're doing this together, every step we take, closer to each other.
Okay, now we have the base shape of the fuselage. Personally, I want to make the proper nose shape. You can do that by I'm just gonna cut off a portion of the nose. I'm gonna take like, let's say, this much. Selection, you can do that by selecting all of this. Sorry, selecting this and then P and then selection. But I have it added as a quick favorite, so I can just press Q and then selection. Okay, and now select the thing that you just separated, press slash. Oh sorry, you need to select the back image too, the back blueprint, and then slash. And now, because I want to get the realistic nose shape, you can do that by adding a subdivision modifier onto this. One level of subdivision should be fine. But one important thing, we need to select these back vertices and then press N, go to item, and put mean vertex crease to 1 because it just won't fit on like the old fuselage. And yeah, now we can start making the shape of the nose. Just remove a couple of vertices, adjust them. And I forgot to add the mirror modifier. So select half the fuselage. You can do it in face mode or vertice mode. Doesn't really matter. And then press X, faces, and then add a modifier, add a mirror modifier. So now everything that we do on this side will be mirrored onto the other side. Okay, so select some vertices and just start adjusting until you get that square looking shape of the nose. take quite a bit, but it's a work in progress, so just keep on trying. After a bit of adjusting, I think I have the shape that I want. Just so you know, this part is quite hard to do, so just don't worry if you can't do this. Just stick with the old nose. Now click slash again so we can get the blueprints back. Select all this part, which isn't like, because we just want the new layout of this new nose shape that we made. Select this part, which isn't part of the new layout. Press X and do faces. Now we're gonna recreate the nose. Oh, you gotta turn off, you gotta apply the mirror modifier. Mirror modifier first, and then do it, because it'll mess up. Just continue to make the nose, make it smaller, and then you can select all these vertices, press F to fill them, or you can, and then you can just do M and then merge at center. We can fix this later, doesn't really matter right now, it's a little shading error, but we can fix that later. Now we have the general shape of the nose. Now we can move on to doing the cockpit windows, which will be pretty hard for some people, so yeah. Okay, now go top view, go into wireframe mode. You can do that by Shift C, and so I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Go Shift A to add a mesh and add a circle. I've showed this method in my previous tutorials, just not so in depth. Delete half of it, so it's just left like this. Add a mirror modifier, and then select it in edit mode, move it, just line up the vertices. It may be hard to see the blueprint because of how low quality it is, but yeah, I'd recommend using some real life references on top of this too. So yeah, cockpit windows can be the trickiest part of making plane, so yeah. Now go side view, we can move this up a little bit. I'm gonna fix this real quick because this is incorrect. So I can just delete this subdivision for now. Do that later. Fix this. Okay. Yeah, line it up with this first window. Just adjust the vertices, move them down, up, left. And here my microphone glitched out, so I'll just voice over the rest of the video. Yeah, so basically just adjust the vertices until you get them like to the specific way that you want them.
Lately I've been waiting by myself. It sounded good on paper, but that's the reason why I had to leave.
Make sure to go to side view and check if it looks good with the side view blueprint. So here I didn't like how it was just sticking out like this, so I decided to just scale it in a little bit and move it in, as it would be easier to make the cockpit windows if it's not sticking out. Also, I found a vertex here, which was just pointing in, so I just fixed it. I just have to quickly add the mirror modifier again, so just mirror it, because adjusting vertices, which are like not on the right side, is just it's hard. So I just added the mirror modifier again, and then moved the vertices and just adjusted it to make sure the shape was fully correct.
It probably wasn't worth it. I never knew it'd be the hardest part, but how was I to know that when everything was working at the start? I still remember dancing, but you would always dance to step.
Okay, now we're gonna duplicate it, and so we can make the top bit, and then we'll eventually join them and like fill in the frames and stuff. But yeah, just repeat the process that you did on the bottom ones. Just make sure to look at the right side to make sure the shape is correct. You can delete some vertices if you don't need them. You can do that by selecting them and do X and then dissolve vertices. Here I was joining them, and you can do that by selecting both of them and then doing Control and J. And now I'm gonna fill in the frames. Just select the vertices which like connect the frames at like the back and the front, and do F. And then I'm just gonna adjust some vertices here because I didn't like the shape, and I just wanted to make sure the shape was perfect. Just notice here, this isn't like a perfect cockpit Windows, as I didn't have much time to make this. It was quite late in the night, so now I'm gonna delete some of these faces, but make sure to add a loop cut like near the end, because it will just delete the back room and then we'll have a lot of problems. But now we're gonna delete some faces which are overlapping the cockpit windows, and now we can begin joining the vertices with the cockpit windows. Select like this middle one and the top one, press F, and then add some loop cuts in it, add 2, and then turn on magnetic mode in the top and select vertex. Now select the top vertex and then hover over the top one, do Y and then Z on that, because we only want the Y and Z axis for it. Do the same on the bottom one. Just move some other vertices down so we can get a nice shape, a nice smooth shape. Now you can add some loop cuts on the frame just to fill it in. The topology here doesn't need to be perfect, it's just a general base that we can fix later. Yeah, so just fill in all the stuff which you think looks right. I have another tutorial on this which is showing the same thing, but it's just not that good. And yeah, just add some loop cuts if needed. You can use K, which is the knife tool, to add some, like, you can draw some loop cuts sort of. And yeah. Okay, now that like everything's joined together, you can start dragging and moving some vertices so the shape isn't like bulky and like choppy. Yeah, use the knife tool as well to just line it up so we don't have some random like triangles. We're aiming to get a nice like quad topology. And yeah, just do a lot of adjusting, and make sure you can just move out the frame a little bit so the shape isn't looking weird, and yeah, just adjust it a lot. And here I'm just dissolving some vertices which aren't needed, so I can just have the shape as straight as possible, as Boeing cockpit windows are very straight. We're going to be joining up the frames in a second, and then start like making the actual window bit of the cockpit windows. I'm just fixing up the topology here a bit, so it's like better. Just notice this topology isn't the best. You could probably do better. And yeah, make sure if you're moving some loop cuts along to fix out the bottom, because it'll look bumpy. Yeah, and use the knife tool just to fix up some patchy errors. Okay, now I'm gonna start like joining the frames. So now we can do that. Actually, first I'm gonna bevel these corners, and you can do that by doing Control VB to just bevel this vertice. And now I'm just gonna like fix up these shading errors. I'm gonna get rid of some of this like vertex crease. Now we can start joining the frames. Just select the vertices or the edge, and I'm just gonna adjust the size of these frames so they're not that thick. And yeah, now that I have a somewhat good shape, just gonna adjust some more of the nose shape. Now I'm going to the front view because this front cockpit window looks very off, so I'm just gonna adjust it and fix the frame a little bit and all the vertices in general, so I can have a nice shape. Yeah, because this frame, it's way too thick and it's not that realistic, so yeah.
I feel like you're up to something. Fuck that you're up to something.
Okay, now that I've got a better looking shape, I'm just gonna fix up these vertices to make it look super sharp and straight. And now I can start filling it in. You can do Alt and click on like these edge loops to like select all of it, and then press F to fill. And I'm just like deselecting, separating these bits, and then joining them. And just select the window bit, do I, and then move your mouse in to insect it a little bit, and then do selection. And now you have some nice cockpit windows. Now I will be moving on and just fixing up some vertices a little bit again, as I've stated before. I tried testing a subdivision surface here, just don't do it, it didn't work for me, as I've got something wrong here. And now I will be moving on to doing the Wingbox. Okay, now let's start on the Wingbox. Some of you may notice that my cockpit windows look different. It's because I had to redo them because I lost the file for this. Okay, so first we're going to start off. Select your fuselage, and we're going to add a mirror modifier to it. So we're going to do the same thing what we did with the nose. We're just going to select half of it and delete it. And now we're going to go to the modifiers and add a mirror. Okay, so now from the side view, we're going to find some good references. Just search out like 737 Wingbox and just find something which gives you a good look at the Wingbox. Okay, so first, so you're gonna do Shift K to pull up like the knife tool, but it's gonna be like piercing for the entire aircraft. So now I'll select the bottom of it, and we just wanna sort of trace this like the Wingbox. Aim to have each like loop cut, like each cut end at a loop cut. so then we'll just make the topology nicer. Kind of gotta guess, like estimate the position of the wing box at some parts, but it's okay. And yeah, just try to keep it as even with like the cuts as possible on each side, so then it'll be easier when we're like filling it in later. And now once you're done, press enter to apply the cut that we just made. Now select all the faces of the cuts that we just made. Make sure you only select inside the cut. And now I'll do X and faces. So now we have like the base bit. A reminder to save, like, yeah. Okay, now we're going to select like this vertex and then select the other one by doing shift and then selecting that one. Do F to fill, and then Control R and add about like 5 vertices, like scroll up and add about 5 vertices, and then go to side view and then move them down a bit, and then just adjust each one up a little bit, just a tiny bit. And yeah, this looks fine for me. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select all these vertices that we just made, go to the front view. Oh wait, actually I'm gonna move it down a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to, just give a second. Yeah, select all these vertices, go to the front view, shift D to duplicate the vertices, and then move them along a little bit, and then rotate them a tiny bit. And then you can scale them out on the y-axis a little bit. And now just join up all these faces. And then once you've joined one face, you can just select this edge and do F just to fill them. And select the other end bit and just do that. And I'll just repeat this over and over again. If you're having any trouble, just join the Discord server and I will try my best to help you. Okay, now we're going to like add some, you can go to the right side view, go into wireframe and use the knife tool to make like a loop cut so it's easier. And yeah, when you're making it, you can do like Z to just make it like go up on the Z axis, just make it vertical so it's just more straight. And yeah, now we're just going to fill in this bit, try to make some quads. If you can't, just add some loop cuts, and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the shape a little bit. I'm gonna like push out these vertices because the shape isn't that accurate. If you don't get it perfect and it's your first time, it's okay. Just keep on trying. You'll get it eventually. This is one of the hardest parts of making an aircraft, so yeah. After you've done that, now we can go to the right side view, go into wireframe mode by doing Z and then click on wireframe. Now selecting all these faces that we just filled in, deselect all the ones that we don't need. Seems to be okay. And then separating this now we can add a subdivision surface to this. So now it's nice and smooth. But the one thing, we're gonna select all this outer rim bit. You can do like select it in like mask by doing Alt and then clicking on like the loop. You make sure to hold Shift when doing this, so it selects it on top of the other ones that you've already selected, and then go to Item and then put Mean Vertex Crease to 1. So now it's like snaps to this bit. It's pretty good for me. So yeah, this is it for the first tutorial. Thank you for watching. Join the Discord server. I'll put the link at the end of this video. If you need any help, and yeah, you can put suggestions in my Discord server for what I should make next. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.